This week, we're finally talking about the GTA delay and subsequent second official trailer. This is the Good Game, Bad Game podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Good Game, Bad Game podcast. I'm your host, Spencer. And with me is a man who can't believe known loser Randy Pitchford actually got GTA 6 delayed. It's my co-host, Mike. Mike, that son of a bitch did it.
Yeah, they don't call him Nostradamus for nothing.
They actually don't call him that.
Yeah, well, not for nothing, at least.
It's really funny. Little behind the scenes, but Mike and I are recording this the day after last week's episode because we needed to do a pre-record. So just a week ago, we were talking about Borderlands moving their thing up, and both, at least I was super, super confident. I was like, this is definitely to get out of the GTA window, which maybe still, they want to make sure they have a good 8 months ahead of it. But very funny that Randy Pitchford said this isn't because of any game potentially coming out, and then lo and behold, GTA got pushed back.
Mm-hmm.
Very funny.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like he had insider information.
You're going to jail, Randy.
Yeah, should have been writing on the wall. What would you call that? Like insider? Well, I'm not going to say that. That doesn't sound right.
No, go ahead.
No.
No. Last week I said something, and and I had to push through it. So no, go ahead.
Okay. I said, would they call that insider releasing? Or
Wow.
Wow. Should have just kept it in.
You want to try?
You want to try that again?
Oh man.
Isn't it crazy that we recorded that yesterday and I have no fucking idea what you're talking about?
What?
That's how quick my memory goes.
Oh, like the phrasing I said?
Yeah, I remember it happening. I just don't remember what you said.
Because then the bit of me saying you want to try that again is exactly what you said to what I had said. I think I said about Xbox games crossbreeding onto other platforms or something like that.
Yes.
And you went, do you want to try that again? I was like, nope.
And now we're on some weird Reddit. Our podcast numbers have blown up.
All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Nostradamus.
I meant to say Nosferatu earlier because
like like intentionally be wrong. Nosferatu's the vampire?
Yeah, and that's kind of what Randy Pitchford reminds me of. I meant to say Nostradamus the first time because he seemed to be very predictive here.
Yeah.
And then word associations and such. And I was like, oh, he's more of a Nosferatu.
Yeah. I gotcha.
You see him creeping around the corner.
Yeah. Whew. I'll never not dunk on Randy Pitchford. I try not to hate too many people, but
I didn't mind him until what was it, the Game Awards not the Game Awards, when was the Borderlands 4 announcement? It was last summer, right?
The first one was probably Summer Games Fest last year.
Yeah, he rubbed me the wrong way.
I feel like since Borderlands 3 stuff, it's just been and the Borderlands movie, which wow, way to set back movie adaptations. 13 steps there, Borderlands.
Is Randy Pitchford the reason we have Chicken Jockey?
No.
It feels like the reason we have Chicken Jockey.
No, that's Jack Black. Hey, so it's only been a day, but do you play anything?
No. I did have to rescue my PS5 from a power outage.
Uh-oh.
So that was a fun 15 minutes of my PlayStation just being fucking, what's the mole from Animal Crossing?
Ah, damn.
When you turn your game off without saving. I had Monty Mole in my head, but I know that's not right.
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu, yeah. Nosferatu. He's the one flickering the lights that made my PS5 have a stroke. Um,
So you had
yeah,
the
so went
you
through
had
that.
the horrible your PS5 like belittling you and doming you, saying like you turned me off wrong.
Oh God. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
worst.
Dude, it sucks too because I always keep it on like rest mode. One, because I want to
Fascinating.
like keep a game open,
Yeah.
and two, because I want shit to stay updated. Because I assume it won't if I turn it off.
Yeah.
And that's how I have my Xbox too. Like it's always in the low power mode. Because Xbox is even worse with keeping shit updated. Uh, but the power goes out on my Xbox, and it's like, hey, I noticed you were in the middle of these 3 games. You want to jump back in? And
That's
yeah,
crazy.
PlayStation. Yeah, it's you can like unplug. I forget for how long it is, but it's like somewhere between 8 to 12 hours that you can have your Xbox unplugged, and all of your game states will still be there.
That is fucking wild.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to do like this rebuilding database or all this kind of this shit. Like it literally brings me dread because I know like how many issues that the PS4 had with
Hmm.
like getting turned off and power outages, and thankfully that didn't happen to me. But like it happened to you, right? We had to replace your hard drive at one point.
Um, I know my
I know we
PS.
did it once just to do it to increase the space.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know my PS3 had the PS3. I had to like do like the clean wipe.
Okay.
I can't remember. I don't think I ever had to do it on my PS4, but maybe. The PS3 one though was like that one was horrifying.
Yeah.
Like everything was gone. Like I had to literally wipe everything. Um, which really, well, that would really suck now. Then I mostly played Call of Duty, so you know
hmm
your profile and all
And
that.
I can't remember if it was before or after they started introducing cloud saves, but that was such a nice like
Yeah, that's true. That would be a
backup.
saving grace now.
I don't think it was around when it happened to you though,
No,
because
definitely
I
not.
remember like all your shit being gone.
I don't even know if back then you had to have PlayStation Plus to play online. I think it was still
You definitely
free.
didn't have to have it to play online.
I think it
No, it
was.
just got you like the game catalog, the backup saves eventually.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think I had PlayStation Plus until the whole server debacle,
Yeah. Yeah, and then
and they gave
they
it for
gave
free.
everyone yeah.
And then
Good time.
I don't even know if I kept up with it. Neither here nor there. So
Yeah.
you had to save your PS5. Fuck.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. It like again, at this point, like it wouldn't really matter, but I also like just got the thing. So
Right.
um but so that happened. But the reason I really wanted to talk about this, I didn't play anything, but I got a little notification on my phone. There was a new like update that allowed you to like actually customize your backgrounds and shit
Mm-hmm.
on yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Isn't it still? It's back to like the because they did it when the anniversary happened, and you can like set it
Yeah.
to the theme of like the generation that you want. Isn't it still just those select few?
So there's two things. So you can select like a theme.
Uh huh.
You can do PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, which of course I did PlayStation 3. Mostly just so I could annoy my wife with the clicking noise every time you changed icons.
Oh man, it does hit like crack though. It's so
Oh
good.
yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
so good.
Um but that only like comes up when you press the PlayStation button,
Hmm.
and it's in like that. I don't even know what you call that menu. Honestly, I hate the PS5 UI. I still
It's
think it's
not
dog shit.
good. It's not good. Agreed.
Um so you can change that, but you can actually like on your home screen change your background now.
Oh, in like the welcome center thing, right?
That's
Or
what they call it, yeah.
because every game you go over has its own like imagery and stuff like that that like normally will like burn like into like the the window, right? Like the viewing space. So like when I go to MLB, it like shows the 3 cover athletes like much larger and everything like that.
Mm.
Um, but I did know when they like made this whole like welcome center thing, and you can like put like controller battery, and it'll tell you like an actual percentage in there, and you can like have like quick cards of like you can have your wish list, so you can like page through that quick to see if anything's on sale without like technically needing to like go into the store menu. That area is, I knew you could add a background there, which is like
How long has that been around?
um definitely since last year, because I put one of my the Undertale Platinum
Damn.
picture as the thing. So, and I did that I think when it first um became a thing, but
Damn. Okay. I just got the notification to do it. Like it actually came up in the welcome center. It's like change your background.
well, maybe it's different. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I'll have to also like take a look at it, because
Like they had like motion. Like I have like just a generic PlayStation one, but it like has motion on it and everything. And
okay. Yeah, so
there's some game ones.
they might have provided, yeah, more options, and like, oh, and if there's like specific ones to games and stuff like that, that would be neat, because it's much more reminiscent of like the themes that used to be a thing on consoles. I
Yeah,
think
they do have those.
when it first became a thing, it was, I think, solely like you could like have blue, green, red, or something like that as like the overall color. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was something like that.
Okay,
Or you could choose something from your photo library, I think. I don't remember there being
gotcha.
like set themes that you could choose from, which is kind of nice. Yeah, the no customizability of the PS5, and the fact that the interface is just like so whatever. Like I don't the PS4 was such a downgrade from the PS3 in my opinion.
Yeah,
Though I'm sure there are plenty of people who hated the PS3 because it's like it's set up just like as folders and everything like that, but I don't know.
it's the best
For my brain, yeah, exactly.
UI I've ever seen in my life.
Um the PS4 one was definitely a downgrade in my opinion, but it was still like solid. And then like it's so funny because like I go from the PS5 and go back to the PS4, I'm just like, this is better. This feels better. And I thought up front it was just one of those things where it's like, oh, you just have to kind of get used to it or whatever. But no, still to this day, I don't think the PS5's like interface is good.
Yeah,
It has not grown on me one bit.
nope.
Okay, so that's your gaming update.
Yeah, I just played with settings.
Nice. I
Watched the new Ghost of Yotai trailer.
But you didn't watch the new GTA trailer,
I did not.
which you are going to do right
Live in 4K.
now. Yeah. Um yeah, let's get into it, shall we?
All right.
So
Yeah, just let me know.
what was that?
Oh, I just said let me know when I'm going.
All right. Yeah, I was just gonna set us up here a little bit. GTA 6 has a new trailer finally. GTA 6 also has been delayed. It's now officially, we've been given a date of May 26th, so we are officially just over a year out. Especially as this episode comes out,
Wait, it's May 6th.
May 26th.
26th. Okay. I was like, that's going to be my anniversary weekend. That's not going to go well for me.
Oh, um, but yeah, so new trailer dropped. Mike has not had the opportunity to watch it yet, mostly because I told him not to. Um, because when we set up to record yesterday, he hadn't seen it yet at that point, and so he just had to wait an additional 12 hours or so. And now I thought it'd be fun for you to watch it live and kind of give like in the moment reactions to some of the stuff. Um, and just to set your expectations, Mike, it's mostly just like a story trailer and a lot of cinematics and everything like that. There's
I assumed.
no actual gameplay shown. But yeah, so without further ado, Mike, go ahead and hit play and start watching the trailer for the game to end all games.
Burbs. This looks insane.
Right?
Is this actually like what the? I mean, this feels like it's gameplay. It looks like gameplay, like gameplay trailer rather.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about it in a sec at the end. The voice of the guy talking to Jason um at the beginning is Milton from Office Space.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to get the picture of Danny DeVito out of my head.
He does kind of look like Danny DeVito. I also, when he first started talking, I thought it was Jeff Bridges at first, but
Mm.
it is not. I believe it is Milton. I'm also like roughly watching along. Isn't it nuts?
This is crazy.
I also feel like uh to like some end it feels much, I don't know about much. It feels a little lighter than
I'm gonna pause. Sorry, I'm gonna pause for a second so we can talk and
yeah.
then. Okay. Lighter, like. Yeah, I get that.
Tonally it feels a
Yeah.
little lighter than GTA 5. I was talking about it with Shelby. I was like GTA 5 was like, I don't want to be like dark, gritty, but it was like kind of like overtly devastating. You're just watching bad people make bad decisions. And I'm not saying that this isn't also going to have that, right? Like uh but like yeah, I guess tonally it's like I feel like there's like you're I feel like you're constantly going to have hope for these people, right?
Yeah, it
Um
it feels more real, I guess. Like, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, these feel like these are actually more people than characters. Like Michael felt like a character. Trevor felt like
right.
a character.
Right. And
Um,
I think with the other with a lot of the NPCs and like side characters, I think you'll get a lot of that like over the top uh sort of like things you come to expect, right, from
Florida
GTA
Man.
games. Yeah, Florida Man, like just over the top personalities.
Mhm.
You'll definitely still get those. I don't necessarily need that from the like it's sometimes it's the interacting with those people is the fun of it, right? And not necessarily being it. And Trevor's like the perfect example of that. And don't get me wrong, loved loved I mean I love GTA 5 in general. I loved all the characters, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to maybe a little bit of a change of tone.
Yeah. Um, this kind of feels like and this isn't a good this isn't a great comparison. It might be a good comparison. Um, it's kind of like the feeling between Watch Dogs and Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Watch Dogs, great game. That was like actually dark though, like fucked up dark.
Right. Like yeah.
Um, yeah. But in terms of going from like maybe not like as realistic crime to like this kind of just feels like this game is portraying my perception of Miami and like the
Right.
people who live in it.
Yeah.
All right, let me I've got a little under a minute
All
left.
right. Keep it going. Yeah, I just keep coming back to the visuals.
This gives me the feeling that like I'm gonna want to be in this world like I am with Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if I've got nothing to do, like I'm just gonna want to like drive around the world.
But I mean, that's how GTA 5 was. That's how Red Dead was. Rockstar's kind of got that down. I feel like
Y-
where like being in the world
yeah,
just feels so good.
yeah. Like I know I did that with GTA, but I mean with like I
You're
don't know.
you're saying
It feels
it's a step up. It's a different level for you
yeah, like it
with
feels like it's
Cyberpunk.
going to be more lively. Like uh, and I think maybe it's just a product of where it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, I think downtown LA has like one central region that has stuff going on,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like so touristy,
Mm-hmm.
or it's like all celebrities. So I think like being in that world is fine, but like with Miami, like it's just to me it feels like there's more regular people.
Mm-hmm.
Like the nightclub life and things like that. Like that's all like way more out in the open, I will say. I know there's the nightclub scene in LA is pretty insane too, but like it feels way more closeted, whereas like Miami it's just out in the open
Right.
everywhere. Um yeah, no, I think this was a good trailer. I'm sure people are like, "Where's the gameplay? This game was supposed to come out this fall, and there's no gameplay."
My favorite was
Um,
somebody calling attention to again in the beginning. I don't know the other guy's name. The main character's name is Jason Duvall. Um, the guy like says about like just go get me my checks, and he like starts to walk through the door, and somebody was like, "There's your first look at gameplay," because it's like that transition from
yeah,
cutscene to like you're now controlling the character sort of thing, and I thought that was
yeah,
really funny because that's exactly what it looks like.
it does. Yeah, yeah. This game's gonna be well worth the hype.
Definitely. Ab- absolutely. I mean, kind of get a glimpse at the story, and like the overarching plot that you have with Lucia and Jason. I feel like the fact that like there's obviously going to be like a romantic relationship between the two. I think that's going to cause you to maybe be a tiny bit more invested in like their relationship again, like
Yeah,
just to kind of like go back to GTA 5. I didn't really care about the relationship between Trevor and Michael, and I didn't really care about the relationship between Michael and Franklin like
yeah. It
as
was all
much.
very like odd couple.
Yeah, and they bickered a ton like a couple would, right? And like they
Hmm.
definitely had that aspect, but um yeah, I think you know, the fact that they're going to be actual, truly partners, I think will lead to some of the decision making and stuff like that, or like some of the story beats feeling like the stakes are just like that little bit higher.
Hmm.
And I definitely expect there to be, there to be like devastation and stuff like that. And I think like some of those things will hit a bit harder because again, like you're talking about romantic partners instead of guys
Right.
who are just trying to do a job together. Um, so yeah, I'm really looking
And
forward to that.
Rockstar does heartbreak well.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and yeah, like again, to say that I feel like the game is like going to be a little bit lighter. Don't get me wrong. I don't think maybe they'll change pace and we'll get a happy ending. But let's let's just remember here who we're talking about
Yeah.
when it comes to Rockstar, and the two most recent games, GTA 5 and Red Dead 2. You know, not to try and spoil these games that have been out for as long as they have, but not particularly happy. Very very heartbreaking. And devastating at times. So
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what the decision trees are like. Like I feel like in GTA, how you could have like GTA 5, you could have all three of them survive, or like each one of them kind of die
Hmm.
separately. Like I wonder if they're gonna do something similar. Like you can get through happy ever after, but that might not be the obvious decision, and like one's gonna turn on the other, and you can kind of like your decisions through the game kind of lead you one way or the other. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah. Um, definitely. And obviously, you know, we get a good look at, again, like Jason and Lucia, right? And so, my assumption is that you're gonna, similar to GTA 5, you're gonna switch between playing as either one of them for various missions and stuff like that, and then like obviously when you're just like going around the city, you can just probably choose either. I thought it was interesting though that they were showing kind of like story beats that were very specific to a cop's perspective or like an agent's perspective, and I couldn't remember if we got anything like that in GTA 5,
I don't think we did.
where they like cut away to like none of our characters are like a part of this thing that we're watching. Maybe we did, and maybe I'm
Oh, I see what you're
misremembering.
saying.
But
Um, yeah, I think there were a handful of things like that
okay,
because there was the FIB, right?
yep,
And yeah, I think they showed a couple cutscenes like that, but it wasn't like the fact that they're putting it in this trailer. They're framing it like this is going to be like a major story thing. Like you're going to do something and it's going to cut to the police, like trying to figure out who you are, what you did,
yeah,
how to catch you, things like that.
yeah. It feels like it's gonna be very robust. So I'm hyped, like for sure. Um, and to your point, you brought up right at the beginning of it, like about how it looks so good, and from a visual standpoint, it says at the end, I don't know if you could see it, but very small at the bottom, that entire trailer was all captured on a PS5.
Oh, really?
And I
I
believe it
did
was
not catch that.
captured on a base PS5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not going to be on PC, right? Right away.
Not right away, no.
Yeah. PC
Um
Master Race. Eat shit, losers.
yeah. They're punching the air right now.
Yep, they should be.
Uh Also punching the air right now is uh John Garvin, the game director for Days Gone, because that trailer had a lot of ass shot, and he said that's why Days Gone failed, because he tried to
It didn't
put
have.
too much imagery of butts, and the wokies hated it. That's what they hated about Days Gone,
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
main character slapping ass.
Yeah. Woke ruined it.
Yeah, how fucking crazy is that? Like those visuals shot on the base hardware of this generation. Um, Insane, absolutely
Yeah.
insane. Makes sense why the game has taken as long as it has. Um, they've been cooking, as they say. Uh, yeah, I don't know. My hype is through the roof for this game.
I can't wait to see the online play too.
Yeah, it's kind of my other hope, and we can talk about the delay that pushed it now to 2026. My hope is that there's an actual working online at launch.
Yeah.
GTA 5 didn't even have online at launch. Introduced it, I want to say, roughly a month after release, but I mean, to call it a release for the online is bold, because it was unplayable for uh
Couple of months, right?
yeah, I mean, probably close to half a year before it was like actually stable. So That's kind of part of my hope. Also, Rockstar in general, I think, cited like trying to avoid a crunch culture, so you can kind of or not kind of, you can respect that. You hope that it actually is the case that there won't be any crunch, but with a game like this, it's almost hard to not imagine that, or imagine a world where it doesn't happen. But yeah, I mean, anytime there are delays, like, and we've talked about it plenty of times. It's like people always get up in arms about it or get like really upset, but it's like, can you just like take the 2 seconds to take a step back and realize like why they had to delay it, right? Like, would you rather that they rush it and it comes out and like, you, not to constantly dog on Cyberpunk, but you have a Cyberpunk situation?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that really better?
Yeah, the game's coming eventually.
And personally, they at least never gave a concrete date. They said, I think they said fall or end of, or they might have just said blanket 2025. I don't even know. We probably all just speculated that it would be, October-ish. So it's not like they even gave like a hard and fast date. So I think there was always a pretty good chance that would move. This is the first time I think we've actually been given a legitimate date. And this is, again, it's still over a year out. So there's still a very real possibility that it gets pushed again. And if it does, you just got to know that it's hopefully for the better of the game, and that it'll release in a great state and not have a myriad of issues right at the beginning. So.
And I think the thing for me is, and I know we have our challenge, which we're failing miserably at. I wouldn't say failing, but
we're only into the second phase of it.
It feels like we're failing. Like having that set date, like when May 26th comes this year, I'm gonna be like, okay, this is what I got to get done before GTA 6 comes out, because once it comes out, that's ball game.
Yeah. No, truly. We have been given a gift, and that gift is a clock that shows us, how much time we have.
Mm-hmm.
Get your affairs in order. Send letters to your loved ones, letting them know that it'll be a while till they hear from you again.
Yep.
You got time to plan, and that's really all we can ask for, is just some time.
Don't take any vacations the following summer.
Honestly, this date shift is probably better for me. Like, I'll probably, I might be able to take a day off of work or something for this.
Yeah.
It's a slower period for me, at least. Yeah, things are looking up.
I would have rather had the fall and winter, but
yeah, well, you brought up a good point of typically in the summer you want to try and get out and do stuff, especially since you live in cold, terrible New York. So
yeah,
so that's fair.
Certainly don't want to waste your summer inside, so that's fine. That's why I put a TV on my deck.
There you go. Also, like, just kind of hope for like some. Well, I guess don't hope for rainy days, because your power might go out and your PS5 will yell at you.
Yeah. No, I'll get a backup generator by then.
Yeah.
It's been raining for like a week straight, so let's not talk about
Yeah.
rainy weather right now.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um. Yeah. Any other thoughts on GTA?
No, I'm stoked. Yeah, clock's ticking, I guess.
Clock is ticking. All right. Do we want to talk about this other thing that you just sent me? The breaking news?
Guess we might as well, since they waited until today to release it, and we're
Of
releasing this
course.
episode a week after.
Of course. Take it away.
Um, yeah. So it's May 7th right now. We had to pre-record as we alluded to, and I just got an article from The Verge sent to me that the Microsoft and Asus Xbox handheld appears to have leaked. So like I said, this is from The Verge. At this point, everyone probably has already seen it. So not exactly breaking news anymore. But yeah, it looks like your prototypical PC handheld. They did call out that there's two models. One of them is Xbox branded, one of them is not. So I'm assuming that just means that one of them is maybe like you called out in last week's episode. Xbox PC is now a thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the OS that it'll be running, which would explain the timing of that screenshot that we saw. So good call out there. Um, I this is super picky. It doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. I hate the state of like handheld gaming PCs right now.
Go on.
I think they look like dog shit.
I yeah, I'm looking at these. It doesn't, again, it's only images, so like I'm not actually holding it, so I can't say for certain, but it doesn't look like it would
Yeah.
feel that comfortable in your hand with how
No.
like long it is. You know what I'm saying? Like top to bottom,
It
it feels long. I don't know. Looks
do
just
you
looks
have
odd.
the I forget who make it, Hori maybe? They
What'd you
made
call
like
me?
the you heard me. They made the GameCube controller for the Switch. Did you ever buy that?
I didn't know.
Okay, so with that, you can, I mean, they're just Joy-Cons, so you can pop them off and you can
Mm-hmm.
put them on the side of the Switch. And I've tried that a handful of times, and it's just, it's awful. I mean, it's too wide. And like,
Yeah.
I'm a big person, and I'm saying that it's wide. Like, I can't imagine how somebody smaller feels.
Honestly, that would be kind of almost my like almost one gripe with the Portal, the PlayStation handheld device, is that like it almost feels just a little too wide in my hands. Like it feels like my hands are too far apart, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Um, but the control, like it is still just like the DualSense controller, so like it still feels good, if that makes sense, like
Yeah.
in your hand, and like has a good in that sense. But yeah, I don't know. I actually getting hands on with it, maybe it would tell a different story. But just from the picture alone, I don't love um, the overall stature. I'll say the
Yeah.
general look of the just the white, and then you have the Xbox like green, red, yellow, blue. It looks nice,
Sure. Yeah.
but yeah,
I yeah. It also just looks really cheap. And I'm sure it will be. Like, I'm sure it's not going to feel like a quality device. I'm sure they're trying to get this out there for like $300.
right.
But yeah, I don't know. This is one of those like hardware trends where I can't believe it's been this long and this is still kind of the status quo, but it's one of those things where I'm just going to wait for something smaller.
Yeah,
Like
that's
even the
fair.
Portal isn't bad. Like I feel like that's probably the best. Like that's the closest to what I'm looking for.
Sure.
But and maybe I'm just old, but like I want the Vita. Like I
Isn't
want something I can literally like put in my pocket in a pinch.
it's so funny that like we always just seem to keep missing the mark, right? Like for the longest time, phones were like a size, and then we just kept making them bigger and bigger and
Hmm.
bigger and bigger. And now everybody's like, we don't want a big phone. And so now we're making them smaller and smaller and smaller. And it's like somewhere there's a perfect line. Yeah, and
Hmm.
honestly, of the Switch, right? Like doesn't quite achieve the fitting in your pocket thing, but like the Switch is like pretty darn close.
Yeah.
If not for the fact that like I don't know, feels like you can just snap it in half.
Yeah, no, and the Switch isn't bad at all. Like I'm perfectly content with that. I think the big thing for me is more like having and it's shitty because, you know, I think it's how do I want to phrase it? It's ideal for comfort, but like I just hate the big like basically they just put the screen in between two full-size controllers.
Right.
Like I know when I play a portable console that it's not going to be the most comfortable thing in the world. But I don't want it to be like obscenely large. I don't want
Yeah.
it to draw attention. Um like I have the Razer Kishi for my phone and that's like perfect. Like are my hands way too big for it? Yeah, but it's discreet, like it does its job. Uh and it's just not a pain to tote around with me.
Yeah.
Um yeah, I don't know. Like if I were buying it for a second console, like here's my why I like the Portal because I see the main use case for that being like, oh, somebody's using the TV
Yep.
and I'm going to use it in my house. I mean, for the longest time, that was all you could do with it, really.
Right.
Um, I'm fine with that. But if the point is, okay, now I have an Xbox to go, like I don't want something that's going to take up my entire backpack because chances are if I'm traveling at this point in my life, if I'm traveling with a portable console, I'm also traveling with a laptop and sometimes like my portable monitor.
Right. You're like looking to travel light and it doesn't really help achieve that.
Yeah. So I guess I'm excited that they're doing this. I'm excited that Microsoft is kind of venturing into
A
this.
hundred percent.
Uh, I hope that this doesn't stay the trend. Like I hope there are some companies that are able to figure out a smaller version. And I think Lenovo has actually been doing a good job too. Like they've been like selling 8-inch Android tablets like crazy. And now they're
Mm-hmm.
starting to actually integrate the controllers in and they're still like 8-inch screen. They're small. Like I might wait until Lenovo starts manufacturing these.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things where it'll just take time, and it's kind of maybe like one of those things where it's like a little unfortunate that there's just not enough foresight up front to kind of nail it. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think we'll get there in terms of optimal size and everything like that. And again, first step, just wading into it, like you said, good first step at the very least. So
Yeah.
be interesting to see more about it.
Yep.
Cool. Anything else?
No. We'll see what more details we get and how uh outdated this will be by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah, it'll be funny when there's like a full on release, um, before this episode even comes out.
Hmm.
Because this will come out on the 15th. And so it'll be really funny when on the 11th or something. Xbox is like, look at what we're doing. Here's all the information. Here's how it works. But hey, that's show business, baby. All right, well, that'll do it for this episode. No Last of Us recap because, well, we can't watch episode 5 yet. So that'll do it. If you could leave us a rating or review wherever you listen to the podcast, that would be greatly appreciated. If you go over to YouTube, you can jump into the comments and let us know your thoughts on GTA 6. Let us know your thoughts on this new Xbox handheld. Yeah, other than that, if you could share the podcast with a friend, that would be greatly appreciated. And we will talk to you next week.